Hello, welcome to all my dear friends and students. I am Rabinshu Sharma, Assistant Professor in Department of Journalism and Mass Communication of BBD University. So I am back today again with my new video on Corel Draw Overview Introduction. So today I will be teaching you about the what is Corel Draw and why it is used in industry, and what are the uses and what are the tools that we are using, and what are the major purpose that we are using for. So before starting this introduction to the software, I would like to introduce with the graphics and why we are using this software for vector graphics. Basically, there are two types of graphics. The first graphics, that is vector graphics, and second graphics is raster graphics. So vector graphics are those graphics which are created by us, like the graphics which are not clicked images. If we talk about the raster images or raster graphics, these are the graphics of the images which are clicked by the user from the camera, and then we are post processing, like we are editing, making color corrections, morphing the images, and the various other things like changing the contrast, brightness, hue, saturation, and the various other things. If you talk about the vector graphics, when we zoom in the graphics, it does not get pixelated. It means even if we are zooming it to the infinity, then also it won't get pixelate means the pixel, it is the smallest individual unit of the image or the photograph. When we zoom in a particular image, the smallest individual unit, a square, that comes in front of the screen. So this generally does not happens in the vector graphics. If we talk about the raster graphics are the clicked images, so this gets pixelate at particular interval of time or the particular interval of stage when we zoom in this image. So there are a few pros and cons of the vector and the raster graphics, and we use as per our demand, as per the requirement of our design. So Corel Draw is basically used for the vector graphics editing or creating. So let's get started with the Corel Draw. This is the Corel Draw X6. So first of all, when we will press Control N, or if we will click on the File menu, and we can click on the New, dialog box will appear. Like it will be like this. So initially, the first one, it will be name. By default, it will be Untitled 1 2. So you can change this name as per your requirement. Second, it will be preset destination. Keep it custom. Third one, it will be size. This is the most important thing, like size. We are planning designs as per the layout as per the requirement. So by default it will be A4 size. You can change the size from A4 to A3, A5, A0, or whatever, as per your requirement. Like if you are planning the poster, you can change the A3. If you are designing some postcard, you can take it A5. The pamphlet, you can take the A5. The other thing. The next is width. By default, it is 210 mm. This will be the width, and the height is 297 mm. And here it is the unit, like centimeter, millimeter, decameter, yard, feet, pixel, points, whatever. So by default it will be mm, and you can change it from mm to centimeter, millimeter, or whatever you like. But just basic things you know about, like 1 feet has 12 inches, 1 centimeter has 10 millimeter. So these are the few things, maths, and that you must have learned in your class 6, 7th, 8 in mathematics subject. So now again, you can see at the bottom of the box of the millimeter, there are two boxes. The first one is portrait, and the second one is landscape. So if you are taking any design in the height, like when the height is more than the length, then it is called portrait. And if you're taking the landscape, the height length is more than the height, it is the landscape. So these are the two orientation of the papers that we are changing, that we are keeping right now over here before designing. As you know, this is the initial box, and here you need to enter the properties of the layout that you are going to create, because if this is not the correct, then the entire things, well, the dimensions, the size, the elements of the design, the measurements gets failed. So this is the most important thing. You need to create all these entries properly. The next one is number of pages. Okay, so by default it will be one, and if you are creating a brochure of 4 pages, you can keep it 4. If you're making a book of 16 pages or 20 pages or 24 pages, whatever, in multiple of 4, you can keep the number as per the requirement. Next is primary color mode. By default, you can see it's RGB. RGB is the important, like you can know RGB. The difference between RGB and the CMYK is RGB color scheme. Basically, it is used for the digital platforms. The colors that we are accessing in the digitally, like in laptop screen, electronic hoardings, mobile, TV screen, LED laptops, palm tops, or the tablets, wherever on the projectors also. So these are the colors that we are accessing in the digital through the digital platforms. These are RGB, red, green, blue. These are the three basic primary colors used in digital platforms, which creates the all other colors, XYZ, all the colors. The second color scheme is CMYK, that is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So these are the four colors which are used in the printing technology. If you talk about the DTP and if you talk about the other things also, if you talk about the visiting card that I have on my table, if you talk about the calendars, posters, like other things, flex, these all things which we are accessing as a hard copy, which we are accessing as a hard copy, or it is used in the digital printing technology, not digital, in printing technology. So this color scheme is used in cyan than in CMYK. So CMYK creates all of the colors that exist. And the next thing is rendering resolution. By default, it will be 300 dpi. Dpi it's dot per inch in 1 inch area. Okay, in inch length and the width, 1 by 1 square inch. Now how many dots are available? Okay, so dots, it's like dot to 300 dots in per inch. So it's like 300 dots per inch. If you increase the resolution, this dots, the resolution will gets increased. Obviously you'll get more rich design, like heavy with the colors, as the resolution is more. And if you want a low resolution file, you can decrease the resolution from 300 to 100 or 150. Obviously the file size will be decreased. So as per your requirement, you can change all these things, like then coming, then it's sufficient things that you are entering here. Then you have to click on this button, that is okay. And this thing, the screen will come up in front of you, something like this. So as you can see, on the left side, on the left side of this screen, so you can see on the left side, these are the toolbar. Like we can use this pick tool, first one. Second one is shape tool. The third tool is crop tool. It is used for cropping the images or the shapes or the size. Pick tool for the first one, but that we are using to click and drop the elements of design here and there. Shape tool, if we are creating any shape, then after creating those shape, we can change the dimension of that shape, or we can convert it into the complex shape or the other thing. Third one is crop tool, you can crop the image. Fourth one is zoom tool, that is used to zoom in and zoom out of to the image. If you're using some minute elements of the design, minute particles like of the design, you can zoom in, make the changes, make the corrections, and you can get back again to the normal screen. The fifth one is freehand tool. Basically, this freehand tool is used to design like few things. Like if you want to create two-point line, like normally 1 point, 1 point, and line. You can use a Bezier tool. You can use artistic media tool. You can create your own paintings, like in a calligraphy effect. You can give freehand stroke. You can add some artistic brush also with artist media tool. Another one is pen tool. Pen tool, it is used to draw the curve in segment and preview such segment as you draw. The next one is PB spline. B spline. So this tool is used to draw the curved lines by setting control point that shape the curve without breaking it into segment. This is important tool. Next is polyline tool. Polyline tool, this is used to draw connected curves and straight lines in continuous action. Last one is three-point curve. This is used to draw a curve by dragging from the starting point to the end point and then positioning the center point. When we will go deeper into the design, we'll be doing the experiment practicals with each and every these freehand tool. This the fifth one. Now the fifth tool is, you can see, sixth tool is smart fill tool. Smart fill tool, this is basically used to create objects from overlapping area and apply a fill to those objects. Okay, next is rectangle. Like you can see, it's a normally rectangle. You can create the square also with this. And the next one is ellipse tool. Ellipse tool, you can create like parabola, hyperbola. You can draw circles by dragging and drawing. Next is polygon tool. Polygon tools are used for creating the size like hexagon, polygon, like polygon, hexagon, five sides, six sides, pentagon, five sides. Like this type of shapes you can create. Also, you can create this star, complex star, and number of sections. You can create the graph paper. You can create the spiral design, like spirals one. So the next is basic shape tool. Basic shape tool is basically it is used for basic shapes like arrow shape, flowchart, banners, callouts. Next is text tool. Text tool, you can see it is written A over here. The icon is A. A, it tells you can add the text. You can add the paragraph. You can add the artistic text also. You can add the rows, columns, and write over there. Next is table tool. Table tool is basically used to draw the table in the format R into H. R means rows and R into C. C is column. Rows and the columns. You can define the n number of columns and the rows if you're designing a calendar from the software. If you're creating in design or infographics, which creates the combination of the rows and the columns or some data, you have to create a tabulation. So you are creating this through this tool. Next is parallel dimension tool. This is used to draw the slanted dimension lines. Slanted dimension lines we are using through parallel dimension tool. Next is straight line connector tool. This is used to draw a straight line to connected two objects. Two objects, and in between you are drawing a straight line to connect those two objects. Next is blend tool. Blend tool, this is used by creating a progression of intermediate objects and color progression. Blend tool. Colors, you can also blend the colors. You can create the contour. You can draw the distorted formats like designs. You can create the drop shadow to a particular shape of the text. You can create the envelope. You can extrude. You can change the transparency like that, opacity or transparency, like bright, like percentage of the color or the that. You can change the transparency of particular image or text. Next is color eyedropper tool. Sample color, you if you have particular color but you do not know exactly the RGB percentage of that color, you can just use this tool, color eyedropper tool. You can take the sample of that color, and the same color you can use in the design, that designs that you have designed. You can use those colors inside that. Next is this outline pen tool. Set outline pen tool properties are such these lines are line thickness, corner shape, and the arrow type. You can create anything like. Second last is fill tool. Fill tool with one of the five fill tool: uniform, fountain, pattern, texture, and the postscript. You can fill the colors as per your requirement. The last is interactive fill tool. Interactive fill tool is little more bit more advanced tool with the, if you talk about the interactive tool. This is basically used to create a fill dynamic by using markers in the drawing window and property bar to change the angle and midpoint and color. So on the left side you can see these are the tools that I have discussed. Coming to the extreme right of the side of the screen, you can see here the few colors. It is color palette. Basically, we call it color palette. Color palette basically it has each and every color that you are using in your design. By default, you can check there are a few limited colors, but these are the few colors which we generally use in our design. But if there is a particular color that you want to create or you want to add new color, you can create those colors by making combination of new color over here. So these are the colors. On the top of the side, you can see this A4, the size that we have chosen by default. This is size is A4. The second one you can see here, size, the dimension. Third one you can see it's again the same, the things that we have predefined before creating this new layout. This is this is portrait, and this is landscape. You can see when I'm clicking on this left one, this is portrait, this is height is more and the width is less. So height is more, this is portrait. If you talk about the landscape design, landscape the landscape orientation, so in this landscape the length is more and the height is less. Coming to these are the all pages apply, we're not discussing these small things. But now coming to the units, by default it is mm. If you talk about inches, when I'll change this into inches, the size will remain same because I'm not changing the size of this page, I'm just changing the unit of the page. So you can see here it is like 11.693 and the page height is 8.26. When I change this orientation, this will get interchanged. Okay, you can see this is getting interchanged because I'm changing the orientation of the page. Okay, so the next thing you can see in the bottom, you can say, see here is page one. So if I have to create 4 pages, like I'll click on the right click over here, I'll insert page after, so it will be again page 2. uh, Again right click, insert page after, so again the third page is added over here. Similarly I'll click right click and I'll insert, yeah, if I want to add a page before this page, so I can click over here, insert page before, so this page is inserted before this. Okay, so number is like 1 2 3 4, so we are getting confusion right now. So if you want to change the name of the page, you can right click over here and click on the rename page, and you can write like cover page, like the first page is cover page, so you can rename this to cover page. uh, Similarly, the second page you can rename the second page introduction. The third page, if you are changing the rename, content, like content. Fourth page you are renaming to like conclusion. This is basically when you are using a lot of pages in the Corel Draw and you want to switch from pages to pages, like interchange from the pages to change the content or to copy the designs or the other things. So you won't get confused just by looking at the bottom button page. You can identify your content is lying in the which page. So similarly, you can click and drag this to the right side so that you can create more, add more pages. But if you don't do this, you can, you by without doing this also you can add more pages over here. Similarly, now we will see this. If you will click on the right click, you can duplicate this page. So this will ask about you want to insert this new page or do the copying the page. You want to copy the layer only or their content. So if you want to copy layer as well as their content, then you have to click here this copy layer and their content. If you want to copy only layer, then you have to click copy layers only. Okay, now this is asking insert page before or after. I select this before and the after one and select OK. So it will automatically gets entered over there. And then the fourth thing you can see, delete page. If you want to delete this page, you can right click over here and you can click on the delete page. This page will get automatically deleted. Okay. And if you want to switch page orientation, like it will automatically change the page orientation. All the pages orientation will get changed automatically to the landscape. And if you will again switch page orientation, it will automatically change the orientation to portrait. So basically portrait and landscape and portrait, it will get interchanged automatically by default if you click on this button. Publish page to concept share, this is something different, we will discuss later. And the other thing what you can see, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So these are the coordinates. In the bottom you can see this figure is changing when we move over cursor on the screen, x-axis and the y-axis, just to know the coordinates of the page that we are changing. On the top of, you can see this is a ruler guide, like from starting from the 14 and ending around the 20 22. So this is giving you the idea, like if you're using the landscape page and it is starting from this 0 to 12. If you want to talk, if you want to enter any element in the middle of this page, so 6 will be the middle of the page, and like we can add any design over there. If you want to bifurcate the page, you can use that page. And few more things, like if you want to, the shortcuts of saving the designs will be same, like control S, it is used for saving, control X to cut the design, control C to copy the design, control T to duplicate the design. So I'll start with this one by one, the tools that I have discussed over here. So I'll start with one by one tool and I'll give you the introduction by showing you how these tools are working by clicking on this one by one on the buttons. So let's get started with this button. Okay, the first tool is pick tool. So pick tool, it won't work until unless we will insert some designing elements. Coming to the this one, two, three, four, five, six, seventh tool, that is a rectangle tool. The shortcut is F6. If you are handy with the shortcut keys, you can also use the F6 button. This is basically used to draw squares, rectangle, just by simply dragging in the drawing window. So this is a drawing window, center in the landscape, and I am clicking this shape. It is a rectangle. It is a square I have made. Basically, square has all the sides same, and the rectangle, if you talk about the rectangle, two sides are same, and the two sides are different. The parallel sides are same, we can say in short, and the other parallel sides are same shape, size, length. Or you can say the two sides of the any side of the rectangle are same, while in the square all the sides are same. So we have created this shape. If we talk about the ellipse, this another one, the shortcut is F7. We can create the oval shape. So if you want to fill the color inside this shape, just we will click on this particular shape on which we have to insert the color. And right side you can see there is a color palette. So if I will choose this color, green color, so it will be like green. If I will choose a red color, it will be red. It will be green, the brown, whatever you require. You can see the bottom left, right bottom of the side. You can see the bucket and the pen nib. So these two things basically denotes the bucket is this is the shortcut of the fill tool. We are filling the color inside this, and the other one is this is used for the border color, the outline of the border. This is used to change the thickness of the border. This is used to change the shape of the border, the color of the border. This all deals with the border. So we will see how it is working. Let's fill the color in this square. Let's see. Say we are filling red color. And this oval shape color, we are filling this over here blue color. So Coming to the second shape, was shape tool. The shortcut is F10. This is basically used to edit the curved object or text by manipulating the nodes. So when we will click on this second tool, automatically the selected shape will get the node. Like I have selected this rectangle, and when I have clicked on the second tool, that was shape tool, the four nodes they has been created automatically. So now let's zoom in this shape, and you can see if I'll click on any of the node and I'll press inside the shape, it will become something like this. We can change the shape and give a new shape. Okay, let's say we can change like this much. Just by changing the nodes, these are the small nodes. We can change as per our requirement what the complex shape we are looking for. For example, if you're creating amoeba, you create like this, whatever we want, this complex shape. And if you want to change the color, then you can simply click on this design and change the color. So now if you want the same design again, so maybe you won't be getting the exact same design again. So you can like copy this, or you can click on this shape. You can press the right click over here, copy and again paste, or you can do like Control D. It will automatically give you the duplicate of this image. And if you want to delete this image, just click on the right click on that shape and click on delete button. Similarly, let's talk about the square. The square has red color inside, and if you want to change the border color of the square, so the extreme right bottom of the screen, you can see there's a pen and black color is there by default. So let's double click on that icon. We will get this outline color. We can change the color to like yellow, and you can see the yellow color is there by default. If we will zoom in, then we will be able to identify, yeah, it is yellow color in the border. And one more thing, I have zoomed in this image 1 2 3 4 n number of times, but then also this image doesn't getting pixelate because it is a vector graphics, and I have created this graphic rather than it is not a clicked image. This is, I have created this image. So zooming out this image, if you want to create the increase the thickness of this image, I'll click on the pen, this again bottom, double click, I'll change the width to like let's say 8, and I'll click OK. See, now you can see without zooming in this shape, this border is visible. It is yellow color and red color is filled inside this shape. And if we want to delete this, just well click, you will click on this shape and we will press the delete button from the keyboard, or we can manually by right click on the shape and click on the delete. So similarly, Control Z, if we have mistakenly deleted something, then we can press Control and the Z will get our things back on the working area screen. So, and the plus is like zoom in. You can click by zoom in, and you can press right click to zoom out. Again, left click to zoom in, and right click to zoom out. Using the next important tool, that basic shape tools. When we will click on this shape tool, we can create this basic tool like this one, and the second shape, like we can create this arrow. Third shape is flowchart shape. We can create this thing something whatever we need, we can link those things. The another one is call out banner. This banner, you can fill the colors also inside. What they need, you can fill the color. Well, a lot of colors. If the color which we want we are not able to see, we can create those colors also. Talk about the call out. Let's create the call out. We can add more color, warm color like this. This call out. If we want to change the angle of the shape, so just by double click on this shape, double click, you'll see this curved points at the edges. Click on the shape and just rotate your mouse. You can change like this. You can move to anywhere. If you want to change the size, your angle, you can change the angle. If you want to over merge, just click and drag to the upside. Putting upside down, you can do this thing also. You can distort this image also, like you can distort this, do it Control Z, undo, change the arrow direction. Similarly, like this, you can change the size from the border, from the bottom edges diagonal, like this. So now if you want to delete all those things, you can do a marquee selection. Marquee selection is by keeping your arrow clicking and dragging all those items once. Just press delete key from your keyboard or from the mouse right click also. Next is text tool. You can see it's written A. So basically text tool is used to enter the text. So now we are entering some text like hello. So the size is very small, so we can increase the size. And while you enter the text, you can see in the top, you can see the font, change the font. See the 72 pt, it's point. 72 point means you are using 1 inch in the hard copy. When you will print this hello, so when you will measure this hello, this letter from the centimeter scale, inch scale, you will define the height of h, that will be 1 inch when you are using 72 point. Okay, if you're using 36, just half of 72, then it means the size will get to half inch. So as per your requirement, you can change the font size and you'll get a relative idea about this. You can also change the font family, like hello. After writing this, hello, how are you? So just can select this text and change. Right now this Arial, you can change it to Arial black. You can change to the other font. You can change it to the Bradley and ITC. You can change it to Times New Roman. You can also change the color of the text just by selecting this text. You can change the color of the text, red, blue. You can change the text border also, as you have done in the shape border. Click on the right bottom, just pen shape, double click on this. By default it is none. You can change it to like 10, 4. Oh, 10 is so much, so I'll decrease the size. Let it be 2. So now you can see here the border of the text is black color, and it is the outline, you can see. Coming to the next table tool, let's delete this by using marquee selection, pressing the delete from the keyboard. coming to the table tool. Oh, sorry. So this table tool, when we will create this table, by default something like this it will come, and on the top left side you can see this is 3 and the 4. These rows and the column we have to set the number, like I'm planning 3 by 3, so I'll write here 3 and the rows also 3, and I'll press enter. So it will be like 3 by 3. You can see 3 rows and 3 columns are there right now. So you can enter the text like as per your requirement. You can write January. You can write the first. I'll increase the size of the text. Keep it 72, like Jan. Okay, Jan size is too much. That's why. See, if you can see the size is too much, so you can decrease the size. Let's keep 40 to JAN, increase the size. Jan, I'll increase the size to 48. Feb, March, so and so on. You can change, write the things whatever you require here. And then if you want to change the boldness, you can write change bold B. If you want to keep it italic, you can keep it italic. If you want to underline, you can click on the U, it will be underlined. These things are something similar to Microsoft Word that you are using. So these things are something similar with that. Clicking and marking selection, editing as usual. Uh, this tool, if you want to create some new color, from the extreme right side, open the color palette. Okay, you can do one thing more. From the toolbar, second last tool, fill color, open that box, click on the uniform fill. No, it's not like it's here. Click on the bottom color palette editor, click on the add color. So here you can make whatever color you want by changing this color wheel. It's a color wheel that I have already discussed, and you can change the model of the color over here. Whatever color you want, change. You can use mixer. You can mix any color, create a color, give a name, any like new color. You can use this color wherever you want. So I think this is sufficient for today, and this software needs a lot of patience and your self practice, because if I'll teach you daily like this, you won't be getting things. You have to practice, like you have to learn daily few tools, and you have to use those tools in creating any design, any application like this. So if you won't do this thing, you won't be able to get all those things. So I request you all to just practice this software at least once or twice in a day. Initially, you will get to learn about all the tools that you have used, and later on, you will be able to create these designs. So, in my next video, I'll be teaching you how to draw the logo and how to draw a corporate stationery material. Corporate stationery material like visiting card, like pamphlet, letterheads, and the envelopes. How you are designing those things by using this software, Corel Draw. So I hope you must have liked this video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. And if you have any query, then please write to me. and I'll try to resolve your query. So thank you for watching this video and be in touch. Thank you so much.